to another episode of the Bathroom Project. It's an ongoing mission to improve every detail in this bathroom. As you might be aware, if you've watched all the other videos relating to this series, I finished off the bathroom with a wide vinyl wallpaper on the floor and finished it off with a clear epoxy resin. Just be aware, there's a multitude of manufacturers producing clear resin, and qualities of that resin differ depending on who you get it from, including the price. But unless you're a big user of epoxy clear resin, you never know what the quality of that resin is. So I was quite happy to finish this bathroom project with a paper on the floor and the clear resin. But time has took its toll on the resin. Now I know some of you guys says, oh, it's crap, you spoiled the bathroom, should have tiled the bathroom, etc. So in this video you're going to see what sort of effect everyday use has had on the resin in this bathroom, i.e. round the back of the bath, round the taps, round the toilet, etc. Which has led me to tile the floor in this bathroom. Some of you will be glad to see that, and to be honest, the end result is better with tiles. I'm going to take you through the process, show you what I've done, what obstacles I've come across, what effect the water's had on the resin in the bathroom, etc. One thing I should point out, I am not a tiler by trade, right? I'm self-taught and I just do it to the best of my ability. So sometimes that can benefit you, because you know, if you're half decent at tiling and you're taking your time, you can achieve a better result compared to a professional tiler who will just come in and wham bam, thank you ma'am, take the money and off he goes. So yeah, sit back and enjoy the process I go through to tile the floor and to see the end result.
Right then, here's some of the things in the bathroom that I'm going to point out that I'm not happy with. Number one, pee stained around the toilet. It's soaked into the resin. I've bleached it, can't get it out. And you know what those guys are like, we always miss the toilet, don't we? So number one, I don't know, like I say, I don't know whether it's down to the resin, but pee soaks into the resin and you can't get it out, and bleach doesn't do it. Another problem is, this is what I'm getting here. Now, bear in mind that had a good few mil worth of resin right up to the tiles, and it's lifting or something there, which is not good because it's going to get down to the plywood that's underneath, isn't it? Another thing with this resin, like I say, it might be, a lot of it might be down to the resin, but behind the bath where the water's always going. Now you might say some of that's dirt, maybe it is, but the water, continuous water dripping onto the resin is affecting the resin itself round there. That's not all dirt, it's the resin's just like gone funny. Another thing is keeping it clean and shiny so it's perfect is near enough impossible. It's a big job to keep it shiny in a bathroom resin. And then I've had things like here, you know, I just don't even know what that is. But it's like a defect on the resin now. Really don't know what that is. Especially around the bath area. Look, you're getting all this, whether it's a bubble bath in the water attacking the resin or what, I don't know, but it's just shit. And that's really bad behind there. So, trying to think if there's anything else. Don't think so. But that's enough problems to be getting on with. So, I'm gonna tile it, sod it. But it made a good video, didn't it? But you can't have that, can you? Especially when people come round your house and see that. They just laugh at you, don't they? They don't know, do they? That it's stained in the resin. So yeah, there you go. One of the first things I'm going to do to the bathroom floor is completely sand it down with some P80 scratch. That's fairly coarse. So I'm going to sand all that down, hoover it up, mop it up, let it dry. That's the first job. So there's the tiles I've got, these mosaic things. That's what I've got. Very nice indeed. And very expensive. And then we've got an acrylic primer, which is pink in colour. So you put that on the area that you want to tile and let it go tacky, followed by your adhesive, which is a powder, and you mix that up, whisk it up. I think it takes about 3 hours to go off, not sure. And then we finish it off with white grout. So that's the plan. But I won't be able to do the whole bathroom in one go because I've got kids here and people need to use the toilet, etc. Ooh, lovely. Look at them beauties. Right then, as you can see, what I've done first is gone 3 tiles out there, right, left a bit of gap at the end, put that masking tape all the way down there. So what I'm going to do is prime all that surface with the primer to somewhere down there, which will allow me to just about use the toilet when I've tiled it all over. So yeah, I'm just going to get the primer, like I said before, this acrylic primer, ready to use for tiling, levelling, improves bond, ideal for porous substrates. So yeah, use that neat. So I'm going to get some of that down there, brush and roller, and just put a first coat of primer down. There we go, you can see that, look. Brush and roll up, just a thin coat of primer. It's like an adhesive, isn't it? So I just gotta wait for that to go off. See the difference, can't you? See that pinky colour in it? You know what I mean? Where I've got up to so far, all's going well. I'm going to leave the cuts around the sinks and everything for the minute and just go straight down there as far as I can. But yeah, seems alright. Space is in there. It's all running level, which is good. Yeah, it's turning out alright. What I might do is just get this section on, leave it till tomorrow, get the cuts done round the sinks and everything, and then when I work over this side I can take the bath out and plonk it over this side. You know what I mean? Boom shackle. Right then, that's as far as I'm going today And it took me a few hours. Yeah. Got up to there. I've not carried on down there because I've not primed it, and I need this lot here to be dry so I can do that bit, because I can't nail on that lot to do that end piece. So yeah, that's it for today. Crack on with that, and probably do them bits there as well tomorrow. Get that sorted out, eh? Looking well though, isn't it? Looking well. £3.60 per square. That's going to look loads better though, isn't it? Loads better. Ooh, yeah, fighter. Yeah, not impressed. I know some people were saying you spoilt the bathroom when I put that paper and resin down, which, yeah, probably. Looked alright though at the time, but wear and tear wise, not that good. Don't think you can beat tiles, can you, lads? So yeah, that's it for today. Right then, what I've done, I've just cut the tile to go around there. So basically, there it is. And that just slots in there, like so. And as you can see, what I've got left is some cups around here. So hopefully I bought a grinder, so what I'm going to do is just grind them into shape. But I'll do them at a later point, because you've got to cut the full squares out, you know what I mean? You can't grind it before then, can you? So yeah, so that's basically it. Done the same for that. As you can see, look, just cut it to shape. There's my bits left over, so I'm going to do all that. And I'm going to do this section here. I managed to do it in sections because people are using the bathroom, and now this is like solid as a rock. So hopefully nobody will stand on that till it's bone dry, you know what I mean? And as you can see with it, it's look, that's like solid as a rock, that is. Quite impressed with that, how that adhesive is fixed that to that. So when you get the grout in there, they ain't gonna move, look. Awesome. Right then, as you can see, made a bit of progress around the toilet. Looks a lot better, that does, doesn't it, than that piss stain round there. Not me, obviously, with the kids, you know what I mean. I've left that bit at the back there, because what I've done is use some offcuts around the toilet. You know what I mean? Offcuts around the toilet. So yeah, just done that this morning. Got that bit at the back to do, but I'll use that with some, you know, when I get some offcuts on that back bit there, because it normally finishes about there. So I have an offcut off that. Just going to do under the bath as much as I can. Dead easy, just pops out. The only thing that holds it down is that waste. Just a quick look so you can see what's going on. Resin's lifting. All sorts of crap happening around here. That's not dirt, that's something gone on with the resin. Look, looks disgusting, doesn't it? There. What's like water damage or something. Bloody terrible. What a waste of money that was. Probably the resin, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm going to crack on with this now. Just a bit of an overview. There you go. Lovely bath in it. You can't beat that bath, I tell you. My lad don't like them. He wants a corner bath. He does something wrong with him, I tell you. Wondering what I'm going to do about these holes. So what I'm thinking is, obviously I need to use a bass, don't I? And that hole there sort of comes there. So I think I'm going to just take the 4 out. Just take the 4 tile, cut the 4 tiles out, and then grind them and do them correctly like that. I think that's about the best option. Right then, I've just used a bench grinder to get that angle there. Right, so that can go there. Now, I was going to put that glass one there, but I kid you not, they're really difficult to grind when it's glass, because glass shatters and breaks. I nearly did it, but it looked a bit naff, so I went for that, which should be okay. Needless to say, the stone ones are easier to shape than the glass, so just bear that in mind. Right, one of the ways of cutting these mosaic tiles is with an angle grinder to try and get the shape. It's not easy to get a shape exactly around there. It's trial and error, so you might have to cut 1 or 2 to get the exact, or near as the exact shape as you like. But if you're going to cut these glass tiles with an angle grinder or with anything, make sure you wear eye protection, because you don't want them bits of glass going into your eye, yeah? So basically I'm after something from there going down to about there. So hold on a minute, what we got? Right, so I've cut that. And as you can see, that's not what I want, so I'm going to cut another one and try and get it a bit better shape. But that's generally how you need to be cutting them. Yeah, but make sure you wear eye protection. I'll show you the finished result in a minute. Finished cutting them with the angle grinder. So that's basically what I've got. I might just have a go at that again, because that's got a chip on the top. But yeah, there you go. I think that's about the best way of cutting it. I mean, some of these are just cut with these tile cutters, just clip the ends off, do you know what I mean? Like on that and that one, I just clip the ends off. But with some of these, I've done it with a grinder. And you can also shape it a little bit more as well with a grinder, do you know what I mean? Because on, like, say this one for instance, because I've got that silicone down there, I'll just ground that back a bit just on that edge there, so it's not sticking up. Because that, if you don't grind a bit off the back there, what happens is the tile sticks up a bit because it's sitting on the silicone, and I don't want to start ripping all the silicone off. So yeah, that's basically it. I think that'll look alright. Just going to crack on with the toilet as well round there, get a load cut and then mix some adhesive up and get on with it. Progress so far, I've just done a bit of grouting there just so I could see what it was going to look like. And as you can tell, with the white grout, there is quite a bit of difference on the finish of the grouted one to the one that's not grouted. It'll look a lot different when it's got grouting, as you can tell. You see what I mean? I did prefer that sort of finish before the grout, but that's okay. Progress so far. Done a bit round the toilet, got that rag at the back because you get a lot of condensation off the toilet, dripping on the area, water dripping on the area where I've got a tile, so I'll just put that up to make sure it don't drip all over the bit I've got a tile. So yeah, I want to get all them cuts done down that bit there. As you can see, around the bath, still got them bits to do, which I might try and get done today. Done around the sink there. Bear in mind, I'm going to put a bit of white silicone going around there, so that'll hide any cuts I'm not quite happy with. But yeah, overall, it's starting to look alright. I've not gone all the way underneath this cabinet, obviously. I've just gone 2 under. That's why I took the front of that timber off, so I could do that. So I want to get all the cuts done, including there, take the bath out, do round there, and just leave myself with that piece there where the taps are, which will be fun, won't it? But not many, only about 6 tiles there, so happy days. Yeah, come on. Alright, isn't it? You quick look at this, and that's how I'm going about doing that bit there. I've got some foam things that go in there. I'm just going to look for them in a minute. And you just got to try and get that shape. That's where my feet drop into. The reason I don't want the feet sitting on top of the tiles is because the bath can actually move from side to side. Then that's why I've got those little round bits cut out of there to stop it moving, so it just drops in there. Then it sort of hides the that little bolt, well it's not a bolt, that round bit sort of hides that as well, and just leaves you with the feet showing, and also stops the bath moving from side to side, like I said. So yeah, just going to see if I can find them foam things, to be honest. Just the same sort of thing there. But it's a right game cutting all these bits. I can assure you that drives you up the wall. You spend half a day cutting a few bits. Right then, so what I'm doing with these here is I've got one of them things for your roller pole, the attachments. I'll put a bit of oil around there. I'm going to plonk that in there, like so. So I'll keep the circle, like so. Oils in, and the adhesive. Slowly wipe round there, like so. So I finish washing the adhesive off, and then gently, catty mouse there. I'm going to twist that. And pull that out like that. Yeah. Now I'm not going to touch that, because I want that adhesive to harden off around there, so the bath probably won't be going back in tonight. But that's basically how I'm getting that like that, and as you can see, it's all around there. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah, fine. So just wasted as a painter, absolutely wasted. Right, story so far, there you go. It's all tiled now, and all the cuts have been done. So let me give you a bit of a look round so far. Well, as you can tell, it's not all grouted, so I'm just going to proceed with that in a minute. So I've done the cups around the sinks. Now some of you might be saying, well, why didn't you just like lift the sink up? And the reason is with the sinks and the toilet, I can't lift them up, otherwise I would have tiled underneath them. With the toilet, it's got the old cast iron stench pipe there, and with the resin and the plywood underneath, I just couldn't lift it up anymore without it leaking. I started having problems with it leaking as it is, and had to seal all that pipe up there with some special stuff. Luckily I don't get no problems with it now, but I couldn't lift it up anymore because I think it's got like 10mm ply, then the resin and that probably going on 13-14mm. Same price with the sinks. Couldn't lift those up. I would have tiled underneath them, but because I've done all the silicone in round the bottom, done all this round here, and if I was to lift them up, I'm going to end up with holes in the tiles, so that wasn't an option. I am going to re-silicone, white silicone round the sinks just to hide them slightly dodgy cuts. I mean, not bad, don't get me wrong, but you get a nice bead of silicone around there, around the toilet, it'll be alright. So yeah, I did all behind here anyway. Just got to grout it now. I've done the cuts down there. Trust me guys, cutting these tiles is an absolute nightmare. The stone ones are alright, the glass, big problems. But yeah, I did them all, but I must have done over a day's worth of cutting just on these two end bits here. So yeah, it's starting to look alright. Lifted the taps up, as you can see. It's all tiled underneath. I am actually going to lift these back up because there is a bit of play in them, and grout underneath that chrome plate there. Yeah, but it's starting to look damn sight better. I've got to do a bit in that corner, it's still wet. If you get it where it keeps going wet and the condensation's dripping down, get it how you want it, then put like a towel or some tissue or rag or something down there to soak up any condensation, otherwise it won't dry. But yeah, as you can see, look, oh, your Vida looks shitloads better, doesn't it? Right then, I am going to point out one thing with these particular mosaic tiles, and that is, do you see these silver ones? Alright, there's actually a groove, little grooves in there, and if you don't wipe the grout off completely before it's bone dry, these are a problem. I'm going to give you an example. Here's your example. You've got to get this grout off before it's bone dry. Now I have tried numerous things, and it does come out. So what you got to basically do is get one of these, like, it's not wire wool, it's like a metal scouring thing for your dishes. Yeah, let me get you a good example. There, let's just choose that one there, yeah? Just get it a little bit wetter. As you can see, it does come off, but also on here, look. So it does come off. Ideally, mop the floor a couple of times and soften it off a little bit. Right, yeah, you are going to have, I mean, I've got ball ache, I've got to clean all them. I have, but what can I do? My mistake, you know what I mean? Just make sure you wipe it off as much as you can. And just use them two bits there. That's what happened. as with this lot here, which I did last night, all round there and all round here, I just kept wiping it off, and as you can see, better job. I've got a right ball ache down there, but hey, it'll have to be done, won't it? Right, I'm just going to do a bit more grouting. I'm just going to do like that section at a time, because it's plenty to handle. Because you got to wipe it about three or four times to make sure you get it out them glass silver squares. What I'm using is that wood if I need to lean on the tiles so it don't disturb the grout, and all I'm using is a painter's sander, wall sander. It's got like a foam stuff there. I'm using that to push the grout in. Ideally you want one from the tile shop, a rubber one, like a corking board type thing. It's made out of rubber, innit? But that'll have to do because we're on tier 4 lockdown again, so I don't think the shop's open. And I'm just mixing a bit of grout up at a time. I'll mix my grout up in here, let it stand for a few minutes. Nice and creamy but not too thick. And then all I'm going to do is get a bit on there like that. Try not to make so much mess. And just push it in the gaps, like so. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. Just go over it a couple of times, same area. Like I've said, I'm not a tiler, which in some manner of speaking is a good thing, because I'm going to pay more attention on getting it as good as I can. So all you got to do is just keep doing that till you think there's no gaps in between the tiles. And let it go off for a short period of time, 5-10 minutes, let it go off, and then get a light wipe over with a sponge. Keep cleaning your sponge. So I'm just using a sponge. It is semi-wet but not soaking. This has been dry. This has been dry for about at least 10 minutes, but it's not fully dry. If it starts getting fully dry, I'm going to have a problem getting the grout out these grooves, if you can see. So all I'm doing now is very lightly wiping off the excess, like so, look. Very lightly, not to disturb the grout in between the tiles too much. Then rinse out my cloth, rinse out my sponge. Well, if I don't do it this way, all this grout in between these little grooves on these silver tiles is going to be an absolute nightmare. So I'll get it to that sort of stage all over. Yeah. And then I'll let it dry for another 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'll come back and go over it with a clean sponge. And when you can notice, look, there is some air bubbles popping out here, so I'll have to go back over them with a bit of grout. Simple as that. And when I've done all that, leave it 5-10 minutes, go back over it with a clean sponge till I've virtually cleared everything off.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be glad to hear, I do believe that the bathroom project has come to an end. This should be the final episode, but who knows, you never know, do you? So it's all tiled and it's all finished, so I'm going to give you a look now at the finished product to see what you think.
Here it is, guys, here it is, all tiled, all grouted and completely finished. Tell you what a journey. Hey, there it is. So let's give you a bit of a closer look, shall we? It's all tiled, all siliconed around the bottom of the toilet, little silver cap round that pipe, although I've just got to touch that little bit of pipe up with satin. I did silicone all round the edge of here, all down there and down that back section there, followed by all round the back of the bath. Yeah, they turned out alright underneath there. Obviously I'm not getting any problems round the back there, apart from just cleaning. Put that bit of timber back on there, painted the bottom only. I know the whole lot needs doing again, but I've just done that section for now. So, yeah, I mean, what else can I say? Looks a lot better, doesn't it? And a bit more hygienic. Easier to clean, etc, etc. And there you go, that's what they look like. Not a lot else to say really. Put the white silicone around them pedestals on the sinks. It's just completely done, and you've got to admit, it looks a shitload better, doesn't it? Damn sight better than that resin floor. Whoever said it was crap, you were right, lads. You were right, should have listened to you. But yeah, looks pretty good, doesn't it? You've got to admit, looks a lot better.
That's it. All finished, all tiled, all sealed up round everywhere, silicone, you name it. And it's a case of just getting the mop out now, and it's not trying to polish a resin floor that's knackered. But yeah, looks great. Be interesting to hear your comments on it. What do you think? Looks alright, does it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you've enjoyed the content of this video, and maybe it's helped you out on deciding, you know, if you want to put tiles on your bathroom floor. Maybe you like these tiles. £6.60 I think I said, didn't I? Cost me about, I think it was about 450 quid to tile the floor, but worth it, as you can see. So yeah, if you've not watched the previous videos on the bathroom project, jump back. There's about, well, I don't know what there is, 7 or 8 of them. So hope to see you in the next episode. If you like painting and decorating and stuff like that, plenty of videos on that. We have a good laugh, so you should enjoy. So from yours truly, stay safe, guys. Stay safe. I'm getting sick of saying that, to be honest. It's just COVID crap was out of the way, don't you? So yeah, till next time. Catch you.